I want you to stop buying these Matter devices seriously. Put the nanoleaf bulb back on the shelf. Don't buy another Aqara FP300 or an Ikea remote, at least until you check one specific thing in your home. We were promised that Matter would fix everything. But for most of you, adding more of these devices is actually making your smart home slower. You think you're upgrading, but you're actually building a digital traffic jam. I'm going to show you why your smart home is fighting itself, why your Matter gear keeps failing, and the 3-step network surgery that you need to perform right now. And stick around for the end, because I have a nuclear option for Google and Android users that technically shouldn't even be possible. Let's get it. Here's the trap. You buy 50 Wi-Fi devices and your router is like a waiter at a restaurant who has too many tables. It spends all its time just checking if devices are alive rather than taking orders. This is airtime contention. So you went out, you bought this and this and this, and you were told that Thread puts your lights on a separate VIP lane so they don't fight with your Netflix. That was the promise. But what nobody told you is that your Thread network is likely just as broken as your Wi-Fi one. And actually, today, it's worse. You bought this HomePod, this Nest Hub, and this Eero, and you think they're building one big super Thread network. They aren't. If you have an Ikea Bilresa remote like this connected to Apple, it is physically ignoring your Google Nest Hub. You have created digital islands, and because they're all shouting over each other on the same frequency, that expensive Aqara FP300 or this new cute remote that you just bought, well, it's gonna lag, it's gonna drop offline, it's not gonna work right, and it might not even set up in the first place. And you're going to blame this device. This gear isn't broken, your map is. So let's fix it. You're about to have a working Thread network in your home, and that means you can use some brand new gear from ThirdReality, our sponsor for today's video. The new Smart Night Light T is a Matter over Thread nightlight with some hidden powers. It's not only a full color temperature, and brightness adjustable nightlight, it's also a motion sensor and an illumination sensor, so you can build your own wickedly fast automations to turn on this nightlight the exact way you want it. I love that I can use multiple of these together to light up a space as I'm walking through. And we're rounding into springtime, so it's time to get the plants out. But we're automators, so it's time to automate them. This second gen soil sensor from ThirdReality uses Zigbee, and so it works with almost any Zigbee hub today. It has an improved sensor for knowing exactly the soil moisture level and the temperature of your plants. You can create great, simple automations to make sure that your plants stay alive this year. Check out both of these products and more from ThirdReality, as they're always well priced, and I got links in the description for you. Now, let's get back to fixing your Thread network. First, we need to see the damage. You can't fix what you can't see. If you're on Android, it's easiest to do a search for Thread in your settings, but you can find this under your Google profile, all services, and then Thread networks. If you see a list of 3 or 4 different networks like mine used to be, that is a fail. You want one network. If you use Home Assistant, check the Thread settings panel. Settings, devices, scroll down to Thread and hit that gear icon. And if you happen to see Apple Thread separate from Eero and or Nest/Google Thread, fail. You can also check in the Thread network settings in the Nanoleaf app or in your hub settings in Aqara's app. When you're seeing multiple Thread networks, it's a big old fail. If you failed any of those tests, stop buying devices. You need to do step 2 immediately. You have too many kings. You need to pick one of them. Now, which ecosystem is gonna run your radio? The rule of thumb is to follow your phone. If you live in an Apple house, Apple's king. If you are Android, pick SmartThings or maybe Google. Don't try to fight the ecosystem that you live in. And the golden rule is your king should be hardwired. If your border router is wireless, like this HomePod Mini, it's a little weaker, it's a little less reliable. Find the hub with the Ethernet cable. That's the best new king. Step 3. We force everyone else to join the king. I'm going to run through the most common hubs here, so find yours in the time codes below. Aqara users. All Aqara hubs are pretty smart. Go to the hub settings, scroll down to network information and/or network management, and find thread network management. Pick your king's network and then tap OK. It'll ask to borrow credentials or join from your phone, and let it. It becomes a signal booster, not a competitor. Home Assistant users, you're the ultimate spy. Go back to those thread settings and you can tap on any board or router. Then tap on Send Credentials to Home Assistant. Sometimes I have to back out of that page after that to get these little dots to show up on the side, but once you can see those, you can make that whole network your preferred network with this little blue button. That changes the setting for Home Assistant, but you have another layer. You can set which credentials are used during Matter setup on your phone for both Android and iOS. Tap the 3 dots on your king and then choose Use Router for Android plus iOS credentials. This one comes in handy in a big way later. Samsung users, go to your hub, tap the 3 dots up top, head to Settings, and then choose Manage Thread Network. At the bottom, you'll see a button that says Unify Thread Network. Unfortunately, if any devices are attached to your older hub at this point, you cannot join another network. So you actually need to go and remove or delete devices from your hub. Yes, I know this is a big pain, but if you don't do this, SmartThings will likely never work right when onboarding Matter gear. So remove those devices and then unify the network. Pick the right one for you. Here I'm showing you getting SmartThings connected to the Thread network of my Apple gear. It's actually using an Ikea hub to do that because Apple's behind Thread 1.4. And although I won't be showing Homey today, their help file actually says it's a very similar process. You essentially have to get all the Zigbee and Thread gear off your hub, and that is due to how they designed the hub. It's actually a pretty big gap that I am annoyed by with both Homey and Samsung. Eero, or old Google Wi-Fi, these are the stubborn ones. They often refuse to join, and if you can, turn off their Thread radio. If you can't, honestly, consider replacing them because they are now the noisy neighbors of your smart home. Now, for the Android users or the Nest users who want to live in an Apple world, the nuclear option. We're going to force your Pixel phone, your Nest hubs, and your other Google gear to join an Apple Thread network. Step 1. Use Home Assistant on an iPhone to import Thread credentials. You do this through Settings, and then the companion app. Then go into the debug option, and there you can transfer the credentials for Thread to Home Assistant. Now, they should already be there because you already did step 2, but if you didn't find Apple's network there in that step, you just stole the keys from Apple and dropped them into Home Assistant. What you would hope for is that you could simply use the Android version of the companion app to then push those credentials from Apple into your Android phone, but Google being Google, they don't make it that easy. So step 2 is kind of scary. Google Play services on your Android phone won't let you overwrite the current Thread network, so we have to kill it. Go back into Settings on Android. Go to Apps and then scroll down to find Google Play services. Now scroll a bit down to Storage and then freak yourself out by hitting Clear Storage and reading the message. Now, big warning, this wipes the account on your phone. It also wipes your Google Wallet and can disconnect your Google Watch or your Fit. Do not do this unless you're ready to set those things up again. Just to let you know, it was about a 5-minute process after this to get my Google account back onto the Android phone. Now, step 3, once wiped, you can have a look at the Thread networks again on your Android, and you'll see that things are either unavailable or there's nothing that is preferred anymore. This is the state we want your phone in. And now you go back to Home Assistant on Android right away. Don't leave it, because the cloud services can actually push it back into your phone. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you have chosen your preferred network to be Apple HomeKit's one. And you'll want to make sure that you have chosen that specific King Thread border router to be your credentials for Android and for iOS. Then go back to settings, go into the companion app, scroll down and find troubleshooting. Then hit sync thread credentials. And because Google's brain is empty, it accepts Apple as the one true network. It's such a satisfying little check mark that you get back from Home Assistant when you do this. And you can then go back and review your Thread network settings on your Android to see that the Apple Thread network is the one that's preferred. And just like that, your Android phone is now a citizen of your Apple smart home. And Google's probably pissed. But after doing this, I did a factory reset and then a new setup of my existing Nest Hub Max. It went on the Apple Thread network. I did the exact same thing to the Nanoleaf blocks behind me, and they joined Apple's network too. Every single Thread device that I add now, no matter what phone or application I use, is going on that same Thread network. You know, this is what a smart home is supposed to feel like. Instant. Now that our network is actually a single mesh, you can go back to buying these. In fact, I've tested a number of new amazing Thread products that will work in this kind of a smart home. They're all linked down below in the description, and they're in the playlist that's up on screen now. You can be confident shopping for any of those products now that you have a properly working smart home. Otherwise, thanks for watching today. And of course, live smart. Cool. I think it's cool. See you around.